Because of the consistent support for Israel that the United States have extended, going back just about from the day Israel was created in 1948, the Arab world, and probably, I'm sure for good reason, they don't view the United States to having even-handed in dealing with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And there's no question about it. The United States has managed all along to protect Israel in every international forum and agency. And that has been obvious. Whenever the Palestinians attempted to do anything outside the direct peace process, the United States blocked that in all international forums. So it has demonstrated it does not have an even-handed in its approach, and many in the Arab states feel that basically the United States is in Israel's pocket. So as a result of that, the U.S. lost tremendous and continued to lose tremendous credibility in the Middle East, and interestingly enough, even credibility within Israel itself. Because, knowing the Israelis' mentality and culture, they will tell you, well, you see, we can do pretty much what we want to do, even with the United States, as if they can oversmart the United States. This is this kind of culture and attitude that has been, it basically almost prevails in Israel. And that in and of itself present also another impediment to the bilateral relations and to the peace process. Well, if that kind of pressure forces the government to prime minister to resign or bring about the collapse of the Israeli government, so be it. This not to be the first time. What I'm proposing, what I'm suggesting, is the United States with our European allies to produce a United Nations Security Resolution that will have a number of very important provisions. First of all, call on both sides to sit down and negotiate under a certain time frame, let's just say 2 years. Provide them with some kind of a framework based on the prior agreements between the two sides. This is very, very important, so that they understand to start the negotiation not from scratch, but something they have already been talking about. Very also important is to begin these processes from the negotiation on borders. If you focus on borders first, you're going to be able to resolve much of the settlement problems, as well as you begin to address Israel's national security, since Israel linked directly national security to defensible borders, so to speak. This is another element. To encourage the process further, Israel should be suspending, I repeat the word suspending, its settlement expansion throughout these negotiations. And another provision should be there. The assistance they can need throughout the process, that is the European community, the United States, some of the Arab leading states, should be there as a facilitator. But one other very important element, and that is the use of the umbrella that the Arab state has created, that is the Arab Peace Initiative. Here what you have, Israel will see itself not only negotiating with the Palestinians, but actually with the whole Arab world. And as a result, a resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict will almost automatically produce a comprehensive peace agreement between Israel and all of the Arab states. This is very, very critical for Israel. It's critical for the Arab states themselves, specifically given the time in which we are living in, given the turmoil that is sweeping the Middle East, given the concern that the Arab state, the Sunni state, are so much concerned about Iran, just as much as Israel does. So there is now a golden opportunity for them to sit down and begin in earnest to negotiate in order to begin to focus on much more, even more urgent issues like the rise of ISIS, like Iran's nuclear program, and all of this and so on.